This time on the 60-second He-Man reviews, it's the Children's Planet, an episode where a one-off villain called Maxis is harvesting Omega gas that could damage Primus's shields. He-Man and company go try to stop him with an initial mission of trying to blow up the planet until they realize that there's people on it. And a bunch of other stuff happens. I'm gonna level with you, this might be in the running to be the third worst episode of the whole series, and I am now fully convinced that the official He-Man channel has decided to just zoom in and crop out episodes rather than stretch them out like they used to, because they did a particularly bad job on this one. Let's get on with it. First, the very few positives of this episode. The Omega planet is actually very snowy, and you know me, I kinda like the snowy setting in episodes. One of the Omega kids is actually voiced by Alessandro Giuliani, aka the voice of Kid Icarus on Captain N, which is really cool. And there are at least one or two kind of funny he tropes in this episode. A couple of elements that I'm not entirely sure about. Debrian keeps levitating a lot in this episode, and I do like the fact that Spinwit and Tuscadar are actually helping out in the battle, but the scene in which they're the most helpful is also suffers from this really weird direction. But then the negatives. First of all, another fucking episode where gas is used to damage the Primus shields, just like in Sanctuary. Now, even though Maxis had some pretty cool powers, he's not a particularly cool villain. Kaz is an annoying brat, and I hate him. Also, this episode has occasionally kind of awkward art, but also just a generally weird vibe with the episode direction. I don't know what the hell's going on. The day is saved by the power of backlighting. Now, the Children's Planet has some good ideas in it. And because of the snowy setting, this episode kinda has some shades of the He-Man and She-Ra Christmas special. But it's such a poorly directed, weirdly paced episode, it just doesn't feel very rewarding. And I particularly don't like the original villains in this episode. I seriously could not find anything really super positive about this whole thing. I mean, it's not as stupid as the attack on Honor or the He-Man mutant. And there was clearly a lot more thought put into this episode than Collision Course. But honestly, I cannot give this a rating higher than half a Grayskull out of 3. It is just that bad of an episode. Until next time, I have the power, so can you.